Hello, you video consumers. Today we're going to play an easy game for babies called Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, written by the Consuming Shadow, whoever he is. Let's go! A bevy of characters await us, but we'll go with the default man, the scholar. A car, a gun, and 60 or so hours to save the world. Something made me check for patterns in the runes. Oh no, the world's ending. Synchronization, that's a term. Ritual of banishment seems to be the way to stop it, but I don't know what that is, so it's time to go on a journey across America, Britain, Europe, vaguely Europe. This game has a system where as you play the game, you get these little stars which can increase your stats, and it's semi-random. The constellations are random, so we could plop it right here between the crab and the bull and get, you know, some melee damage up or health ups. And ideally, you can become quite strong with these, or if you want to make the game harder, you can just plop that crap right in the corner and get nothing. Since this is an easy game for babies, that's what I'm doing. The Ministry of Occultism is telling us that Finshill is all messed up. Let's see where we are. We're right between Kidley and Finshill. We know Finshill's messed up, but let's travel a little bit closer to Finsley, within 40 miles, to see if it's messed up as well. And indeed, it is. Since that's at the top of our map, we're gonna head there first. What do you want, Ministry of Occultism? Fighting on the streets of Innsmouth. Alright. So the deal with the Consuming Shadow is that the world is ending, and you need to make that not happen. A god is going to invade, and it's your job to stop that god. But you don't know what the god is, and you don't know how to banish them. So you go to infected towns and you start rooting around. This town is suffering an infestation of rats or something. They kill cats and steal food and spread plague. It starts as a petty nuisance, killing pets. Sooner or later, missing people are half devoured. I hate rats. Let's find that nest. Domestic terrorist imprisoned for sending illicit materials through the mail. Not anthrax, not a letter bomb. Probably super rats. Yeah. Post office storage. Post office. Let's go to the post office. Anyways, we're here. It's time to find and destroy a nest. Somewhere in this randomly generated world hall. Small randomly generated building. Oh no! It's some kind of woman who is mostly legs. As you can see, we can shoot this leg woman, this coffer, but we have limited bullets. We have 6 bullets. That's no good. We can just whip her to death. That's it. We have now explored all of the game's mechanics. We've got a key ring, so we can go into doors. Maybe this door will have a nest inside it. It does not. A small fly attacked us. Nature, as in all video games, hates your character. Uh-oh. We've got money, hollow point bullets. Hello? Uh-oh. Yeah, as we saw in that flash, there's more stuff in here than just the one enemy. Oh, look! A wall policeman! But nothing can stand up to our sick pistol whip skills. The forces of evil are doomed. Case in point. Take that, evil! Weathered engraving. The third symbol of the banishment ritual is Shim. That's actually quite important. We now have one part of the 4-part banishment ritual. You can cast spells in this game. It's great. We're a wizard, Harry. Now, there is one final room. Oh no! A bigger mosquito! Whatever will we do? The answer is we will stun lock. We will stun lock the mosquito. We could leave immediately. We are on a time limit after all. But let's explore the final room. And look! An exhaust muffler. Random events while driving go down. And since random events while driving can be quite bad, but not necessarily bad, not a bad item to have. I just took damage for no reason at all. That makes me bad. I've said bad a lot in the past 30 seconds. We're out of here. The creatures still infest every crack and shadow, but they no longer breed. I'm sure rat poison can take care of the problem now. We took a little damage, and at the result of facing such horrors and taking such damage, we took a little sanity damage too. Unknown number text. Are you the one spreading stupid lies about aliens? I live in Waterholm and everything's fine here. Stop being weird. So now we know Waterholm is okay. Because we're a very trusting investigator. Anyways, let's head to the next town we know is infected. Because we're an exterminator, damn it. I'm immediately suspicious of the geniality of the people this town display. There's a hollowness to their attitude that belies a combination of entrancement and evangelism. The unaffected people mutter disquieting stories of fiends, friends, not fiends, and loved ones returning from meetings with changed personalities. Disquieting physical transformations concealed. Okay, so it's Innsmouth. It's Innsmouth. We're in Innsmouth. Dark power, infecting bodies and minds, oily tendrils. Ooh. The first people to exhibit strange behavior were dock workers. Industrial, waterfront, workers that go in, don't come out. Well-gnawed fish corpses. Something is living that should not be. There's a large creature bewitching the town. It seems we're in another warehouse-type environment. They're not all like this, but they may as well be. Get at it. And there are more enemies than that weird cough lady, but, you know. So we've got the AGN rune inscribed on the wall, and it's upside down. That's important. So we can hit AGN, and nothing happens this time. But something can happen. In any case, we know... We've got this handy little chart here. Our scholar really should have used a ruler, but whatever. And we know that AGN is one of the potential runes of the god. And we also know, though I won't fill this in, that the color red opposes AGN, since that symbol was upside down. An upside down symbol is a sign of disrespect. Gods can be enemies or allies of each other. So this is the BTI rune. BT? An inexplicable ease upon my mind. We just gained some sanity back. And we also know that BTI is a possible rune of the god. Also, we know that this area digs the red color. We knew that before, but we knew that from the previous thing because the AGN rune was also in red. Got some money. What were we looking for here? A big guy? We were looking for a big guy. A biggin. Where's that biggin at? Where are you at? Another victim of the shadow. The poor wretch's limbs have been broken and twisted into hideous angles. It must have been a painful end. So we are dealing with the god of pain. Gods have different aspects. One of them is a pain god. In fact, one of these two is a pain god, since we know the AGN is the enemy of whatever's here. And we also know that the pain god favors the color red. Investigative work. Of course, oh my god! That's a problem. Look at this guy. Darn it. This is poor. I'm just gonna keep shooting. Alright, we took a lot of damage from that. It was a birther enemy, who normally doesn't hurt you by touching you, but it also had a weird fart cloud around it, which damaged us quite a bit. So, that was poor. We took a lot of damage, and used a lot of bullets. But, we must continue on. What I want to remember here, I mean, if we were being serious about things, and I'm usually quite serious, we could write down that the red god is one of the bottom two gods on our grid here, and that it's the god of pain. The red god is the god of pain. And that BTI isn't necessarily the god of pain. It was inscribed on the wall, but that could merely be an ally of the god who resides here. We only found the 2 runes, and there's no way of knowing for sure. In any case, their leader is dead. Surely Innsmouth can handle things from here. I'm out of here, though. We're gonna use just about all our supplies to get our life back. That could be a problem at some point, but I choose to remain positive. After all, the Consuming Shadow is an easy game for babies, so we'll be just fine. The strategy I am employing there is going within 40 miles of a town, so I can see if it's, bad. We've got a random event. Drawn in by illuminated windows, there's a petrol station. No signs of life, could be supplies inside. I hesitate to go in. Fortune favors the bold, of course. Boom! There's a fluttering of obscene limbs. Something thumps wetly to the floor by my side. Oops! Mangled flesh and malevolent beings. Uh-oh. Easy. We even got some bullets. The monster's dead, so I ransack 30 pounds or so from the till. Ha ha ha. Take that, capitalism. Unknown number, I've wired you 5 pounds. Just because I think you're special. Ah, thanks, man. That means a lot to me. Alright, Innsmouth. There are creatures of shadow infecting these streets, attacking wantonly. The people are making a valiant effort to fight them off, so I better kill these 2. Ah, crap. These 2 are the same ones I fought just before. I took a hit there, too. Oh well. 3 pounds. Excellent. Killing those 2 enemies was enough to turn the tide. And I give them advice on how to pistol whip. They also pay me. And now we're in an uninfected town. Since I don't like to go out of my way to find uninfected towns, since we have a very limited number of hours in which to get our job done. And every time you go here, it takes time, and if you choose to find supplies, it takes more time. I'm going to do it since we're here. But generally, I like to stray away from these towns and go to the shadier parts of the map. While I'm here, I'll buy a locksmith's kit. And fill up on 9mm ammo. These hollow points are a little expensive, and I think I'll find some before too long. So it's back to the car. If we heal up, we've got 5% supplies left, so a hospital visit is in order. The medkit is refilled. Over to Blytheworth. Well, over to within 40 miles of Blytheworth. We'll see that Blessworth is uninfected, and we could go there, see what they have in stock, see their items, etc. But really, reports of a sleeper cell in Sawwall needs a cleanup. Where is Sawwall? Pretty far south, but we can make our way there. Twinchester, however, is infected, and we need to go to it right away. I thought this town was unblemished, but I scratched the surface and it oozed up everywhere. I attract desperate looks from people, as if urgently trying to convey something to me without the people around them suspecting. Anonymous notes demanding I leave, sicken my soul, there's evil here, freezing the busiest tongues. I persuaded a distraught woman to divulge that her child had gone missing. The other townsfolk were mad, but they all made worried glances to an evil-ass office building that looms above the houses. My next avenue of... whatever, let's go to that office building and locate the clearly alive missing person, who is absolutely alive, and not a bloody corpse. I've been imprisoned by the cult of Cthulu. I'm in an oubliette. Did you know what an oubliette was? I did. They're chanting EU. They're killing people. Cthulu is an enemy of the god identified by the EU rune. Well, the final rune is the EU rune. So we now have all 3 runes of the gods. Oh no. A spellcaster. And he's made runes appear on screen. What if I were to match those runes? Oh no, his shield's gone! Oh no! That's a shame. That's a shame. So we have BTI upside down in purple. So whoever is here doesn't like BTI. Oh, look at this! A body! I've found the remains of the person. Oops. Yup. And we're going to get chased out. Great! By this guy. He's a fat man. And normally he'd follow us from room to room, harassing us and stopping our further exploration of the building. Unless I did this, and just killed him. Easily. I'll take that, thank you. How threatening. Did I mention the Consuming Shadows an easy game for babies? Yashug is associated with red. Now, what did we know about red from the last thing? That AGN did not like red. One of these 2 liked red. And here we learned that BTI was upside down and in purple. So someone here doesn't like BTI. So this is not purple and this is not red. Nothing conclusive. Nothing conclusive. Oh. You know what? I can approach you more cautiously and not take any damage, but I don't feel like it. You spitters are a bad sort. Alright. Yashug is identified by the EU rune. Well, that's a pretty direct clue. Excellent. Yashug is... and we can mark that off. Yashug is associated with red. Alright. Cthulu could be either one of these. We don't know for sure. Is there anything else I'm missing? I don't know. I don't know. The problem with, if you were smart, you would take down the observations on runes and aspects in like a little notepad or something, but I'm not doing that. For no real reason, I just don't really feel the need to. Animosity, suffering, Cthulu, Yashug. Yashug doesn't like Cthulu, but I already knew that. Did I? Probably. Yes, I knew it because Yashug doesn't like the EU rune god. And we know that Yashug is that god. This detective work comes into play in the final stage of the game and in some select stages, but generally, most of it's useless. For most of the game, except for the very final part. Well, we're done here. The poor soul waiting for my turn was pretty sure that her daughter was dead anyways. She gave me some money. And also this. The god identified by the EU rune doesn't care about us. And we're just going to take that at face value and put in here that Yushug is not the invader. Alright, now I say, what was Saul again? I don't remember. I don't remember what our mission down there was. Was it just to deliver something, or you know, I've probably got time to take a little detour and see if towns to the west require attention. A small hardware supply shop. The owners are selling off their stock. They have a serviceable rosary on sale for £11. Well, we can steal it or buy it or not buy it. But I have beaucoup money, so let's just buy it. Halves general sanity loss? Done. I buy the thing. The thing is bought. Another text from an unknown guy. Let's see. I will pull you out of your bones and drink your marrow as your remains twitch and burble at my feet. He didn't even have a period at the end of that sentence. We lost sanity just thinking about how he should have had a period at the end of that sentence. Like, that's not grammatically okay, man. How can you be talking about marrow when you can't even finish a sentence? Come on. Come on. Subtle madness. People being shushed into silence. Anonymous notes sickening my soul. Been there before. Freezing busy tongues. Moved past the facade and explored the lower income neighborhoods. In a narrow alleyway, a young woman was captured by a cult based in an old church deep in the industrial district. Mutilated hands gestured in the direction of the building. Oh, her friend, not her daughter. Her friend was also captured. Yeah, let's go check it out. Locate what remains of the missing person. That's optimistic. Let's go! Well, I did buy that locksmith's kit for a reason. Boom! Hello, ceiling puke man. An old shoulder stock. Improves fire rate. This is almost the most useless item. You know what? It is the most useless item. Fire rate is just almost never comes into play. But it's more useful in a dungeon than the exhaust muffler. Ooh! Oh no! You were quick enough to get me with your coffee breath. Do you hear that buzzing sound? Listen for it. You can just make it out. It's almost as if there was a fly inside that body. Ha! The witch doctor's repertoire included chanting these weird runes. We now have a spell. We can heal ourselves. Neato. Doing so will erode our sanity. Oh no, another body! Well, great. I didn't expect that. Bye! We should continue to loot the place, though. There's no reason not to. Getting sanity from runes on the wall. Oh no! Getting sanity from runes on the wall, getting money from ladies, coffee ladies. It's just another day in the life. Just another day in the life. Oh no! A cultist! Whatever shall I do? Take you out in one hit, that's what. That's what. Yellow, yellow, all around me yellow. inside my head and scratching at the walls. I can't face the yellow anymore. Open up my veins to let the yellow out. Yellow is associated with madness. So one of these... AGN was written in the first wall, in red upside down, in the first dungeon we came across. So we know that that wasn't red. And yellow is the color of madness. So, and we have AGN as the pain aspect. We know that much. Because the rune was I think so. I forget why that's there, but I'm going to assume my earlier self knew what was up. So, if yellow is the color of madness, and this isn't yellow, and this can't be yellow because this isn't madness, then this must be yellow, and this must be madness. I wonder why I said... Where did I get AGN being pain from? It must have been from a corpse where I found the AGN rune. Not 100% sure about my deduction on that. Sometimes I play a little... Oh no! I took a damage. I took a damage, everybody. I reacted poorly. I got $4 out of it though, so it's okay. Everything's alright. We're out of here. Well, this poor soul also figured her friend was dead, and gave us another wallet left behind by another occult investigator. And we have another part of the ritual. We have, functionally, the whole ritual, since the final rune is the God's rune. All we need now is the identity of the invading god. We know this one, isn't it? So it's one of these two. We're very, very close to a solution. Let's go to Bourbon. Let's go in the direction of whatever the Saul quest is. I'm not sure what it was, since I don't remember. But that's fine. Burby's fine. Enemy operation found. Good. That's exactly what I want. Oh, you know, I should put on that exhaust muffler again. Castle gate's fine. Stop upsetting people. No can do. But I'm too lazy to open up the inventory screen to switch it out and then switch it back in. Ideally, whenever you go on the road, you want to do this, and when you go back to a dungeon, you want to do this with your exhaust muffler, but since that's tedious and boring, I don't. People bring me to the problematic area and tell me to kill all the crap inside. Can do. Can do. Oh no! You spawned inside my light radius. Sometimes you get a lot of light, sometimes you don't. It may be based on the time of, like, days and nights, but I'm not 100% certain. I think different types of buildings also give you different types of, uh-oh. The language of the H is the symbol AGN, has been variously written for love, lust, and sex. So I must have screwed this up. Yes, sir. Since we have concrete, proof being a page in a random desk drawer, that lust is associated with AGN. So I'm actually, and since my deduction of wait, yellow. The color yellow is associated with madness. Well, we know this is red, and we know this is lust now. We know that much. So this one has to be yellow madness, which means this is purple, since it was the only other color we've seen on walls. Now I'm pretty sure about all of these. Chizo is an enemy of Yushug. We don't know for sure which one is which. Chizo is an enemy of... yeah. Alright. We could find the correct gods at any time now, so... Oh no. Are you the large enemy? No. You're larger than a regular fly, but still kind of a weenie baby. Cthulu hates the color red. Bitter rivalry. Well, yeah, I already knew that. Interestingly, sometimes the runes are incorrect on dungeon walls. It's these random events that have it like that. Oh. Oh. Well, I fight this mass of, well, this gibbering mass. The game has a bug currently where, the runes and corpses, won't have the correct aspects on them in some places, and those places are where there's a random event. I'm not sure if that carries over to quest areas like the one we're in right now, but, yeah, why take the risk? I'm going to ignore that BTI was in yellow there. The spell Shin Myung Yen gives you clairvoyance, but, you know, maybe you don't want to peer into that abyss. Are we gonna get chased out of here? Nope. So we now have clairvoyance as a spell. EU is associated with pain. Alright. So we got pain, lust, and madness. Excellent. And those three clues all mean the same thing. Oh! Look at you! These little guys like to walk in front of you, and then spit out spikes. Wounds are self-inflicted, so the god permeating this place is the Madness God. EU is associated with red. Daubed in red paint by what you sincerely hope are human fingers. But I already knew that. Oh no! A floating testicle! Get out of here! Floating testicles think they own the place? Can just fly up in my face? No, 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 no. Bjarla defeating a figure labeled the God of Lust. Bjarla hates the God of Lust. Well, since this is the Lust God, you must be Bjarla, and you must be Cthulu. Cthulu and... Okay, so Cthulu hates the color red, and Bjarla is an enemy of the God of Lust, which means Cthulu is the enemy of the invader. How this works is, in each game, there are 3 gods. 2 of these gods are allies. One of the gods who are allied is the invader. One of the gods is the invader's ally, and one of the gods is the enemy of the invader and the invader's ally. In this case, Cthulu is their enemy, and since we already knew the EU runed god, Yeshug, isn't the invader, he's the invader's ally. That actually doesn't matter too much, or at all. But that means Bjarla, the yellow BTI ruined madness god, must be the invader. And since we've got essentially the whole ritual of banishment, if we get the next part of the banishment ritual, it'll just tell us, hey, this last rune is the god's rune, but we know that from process of elimination, and you don't always get the god's rune last, so we're free and clear to get our scholarly asses to Stonehenge. The people outside don't ask questions, and I don't tell. So, we've got $100, and we're pretty close to Stonehenge. Let's buy some hollow point rounds and some skateboarder pads. Alright. Fighting on the streets of Blessworth. Well, I ain't going there. That's too far away. We're heading straight for Stonehenge. We've got the banishment ritual and a couple spells. And, not as much bullets as I'd like. We could take a small detour to some towns around Stonehenge to see if we can get more ammunition, because, you know, we're 1 bullet away on both, and if we could get a... Well, I'll go to this one town, and then Stonehenge. The longer you take, an unknown number, just escaped from Goro, it's possessed. Well, that's information I don't need. Thank you, unknown stranger. The longer you take here, the less time left before the god enters the world, the stronger the enemies get. So now we're all topped up on everything. They sold an exhaust muffler, which is of no use to me. And we're good to go. We are good to boogie on down to Stonehenge. A commotion in the road demands my attention. A wild-eyed man in an orange prison uniform stands in the road, hiding behind a hostage and holding a gun to their head. He's barking threats and making demands no one can meet. His human shield is struggling enough that with good aim, it may be possible to shoot him without hitting the innocent. Well, we can do this crap, or take the third option, which is use our shoulder stock. The gunman sees my shoulder stock and realizes my aim is too damn good. Perhaps it's merely the confidence that lends my bearing. He surrenders when he sees me take aim. The other people restrain him, give me 30 useless dollars, and I also empty the villain's gun of 3 armor-piercing bullets, which I was full up on, so that did nothing for us. All right. Now we could take our narcotics. What are our spells at? Healing Touch and Clairvoyance. Well, there's no downside to using the narcotics. So we've got a 7 or so sanities. You know what? Let's not take drugs. Winners don't take drugs. Probably. Halves general sanity loss. Yeah, we'll keep that on. We're going in. We're going in deep. We're going in hard. It's time. In the center of Stonehenge, the ground's been torn up. And there's an eerie tunnel. Unthinkably ancient or recently built, I don't know. Shadows all up in there, and I'm gonna bust the place up. Vanquish tomb. Yeah, we'll vanquish that tomb. Let's go! Locate the underground summoning chamber and cast the ritual of banishment. But first, clairvoyance is SHM. EU, AGN. Something invades my head, scratching at the inside of my skull. It's delightful. It also made us anxious, which means our gun now wobbles and we don't shoot quite as good. But we have the whole map of the area, including the 3 possible spots of where we need to be to banish the god. So we can plan our route pretty effectively. We're going! Yeah, don't care. Yeshug's the god of pain. I know. And since we got that locksmith's kit, we can just burn right for it. Uh-oh. That's poor. I'm leaving. So that was not the correct door. We took some damage and took some sanity loss. That's just how it has to be. That's just how it has to be. We escaped rather than fighting there, so we lost some sanity purely by virtue of being scared off from that room. Let's try this next one. This is the room, because there's no big dumb monster in it, and there's a ladder going down. Self-inflicted wounds. Just to confirm, the body down here is madness, and madness is what we thought the invader was, so that's a confirmation. All I have to do is put on the correct banishment ritual. Let's rock. KZ, EU, SHM, and BTI will be the final one, so hooah! 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 Let's rock. Also, we have to fight the god of madness. For reasons. Let's go! Shapeless black void. You trying to tentacle onto the wall to pull yourself toward me? I don't think so. I might be anxious. But I'm not scared. Oh, wait, I already know how to deal with this. Your summoner boys taught me. They taught me the way. You're getting wrecked, god of madness. You haven't even laid a single scratch on me. You haven't even made it to the wall. This is embarrassing. You're throwing little garbage flies at me, really? embarrassed for you. God of madness. God of getting its ass kicked, more like. Oh no! KZ, EU, SHM, BTI again? Get out of my reality. Unfortunate. Unfortunate that you were such a weenie baby. I expected more. I expected more out of you, Bjarla. Suddenly, I was no longer in a formless void, but instead was in a nice field. Birds woke me up and everything was fine. The ground I was swimming around in was undisturbed, but somehow my hands were caked with mud and earth. No one remembers anything from that night, which is pretty good because I shot a lot of bullets into human-shaped things, so, I mean, I got off pretty good. The shadow that hung over the land has vanished like smoke. And oh, well, anyways, everything's pretty good. We've got another text from the Ministry of Occultism. Ignore. No, I really just want to enjoy the sunrise. No, it's not working. We'll just have to answer it. Good work, soldier. Whenever's convenient, report in at the Ministry. I might have a little job for you. From T. Mr. T. He was our contact. Developed by the Consuming Shadow. Producer, I don't care. We survived it. Every level you get here adds a birth star that you can use to be stronger if you want. Unimportant. It's a grind to make the game easier if you need it. But really, the game's for easy babies, so you won't. It's not important. Successfully banished the Ancient with 36 hours remaining, and didn't go crazy. Partially assembled the banishment ritual. It's not really true, I got the whole thing that I needed. Tended to favor close combat. Used a spell once. Subject was a burdened, wealthy, heavily armed hero. That's the A ending, the good one. And that's it. That's it. That's the whole game. At least with that character. Maybe I'll do more, maybe I'll do the other ones. Some other time, not right now. Not right now. That's enough. That's enough Consuming Shadow for us. Thank you, Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, for making a game easy enough even I can beat it. I feel so consumed.